Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sonia Jo Frame and I am a Saint makeup artist. Today I'm going to do my makeup for you, just what I do on the daily. We are going out tonight, but it's nothing that needs to be really glammed up, even though it's holiday time. But I just want to show you a 2 eyeshadow look and then maybe what you can add to add a little bit of fun. It's so simple. But first of all, I want to cover all the things. I am a Saint makeup artist. What that is get me to pick out your colors. What I mean by that is you get a color match. There'll be a link down in my description. I get to be your artist. I'm an Enneagram 2. I love to help. Like I almost have to stop myself from helping too much. So anyway, so I became a makeup artist. I didn't have to work. I wanted to do this. I wanted people to know how much I love this makeup, how many issues it solved for me. For one, it all fits in one compact. It's completely magnetic. So you can pop in what you want. You can take out what you don't want. And I couldn't find the right colors, the right coverage, all the things. I'd never been able to find one palette that fit all my needs. And now I can. There's even a triple like this. So, and I use that too, but this is the one I use mainly for recording. There's all different sizes, but you get me as your artist and I love it. So getting past all that, I just want to tell you what we're going to do. Obviously I have nothing makeup wise on my face, but I did get it ready for my makeup. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to stop waving my hands. I'm a talker with my hands. I am going to show you what I do on the daily. I'm going out tonight, but like I said, it doesn't need to be a lot, but I just want to show you how simple it all fits in one compact. I don't reach for anything else. The only thing that I will reach for that is outside of this compact, aside from my brushes, is going to be the compact where I put for my lip. I put the glosses that I use for my lips. I pulled a few out for video recording, but I pulled a few out. That's the only time that I reach for a different compact. I've put in here what I wanted. This is going to be for my face. These are going to be for my eyes. I'm obviously not using all those. So I'm going to speed up parts of this that I don't need to talk. So I want to cover everything before I start. I have a vitamin C serum on my face. I sealed it in with Glow Screen sunscreen. I don't really need sunscreen right now because there's really no sun outside, but I'm using it more it's an excellent under our makeup. It does give me a nice glow. I do like it. And I have some kind of a little bit of dryness around in here for some reason, and it does help. See, anyway, and after that, I am going to do my eyes first. I always do my eyes first because I get a little bit of fallout with my eyeshadow and I had to train myself to do it the other way. I used to always do my face first and then go to my eyes. So I use this eye primer. I think this has become my favorite. It's Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I ordered it off Amazon. I think you can get it at Ulta, Sephora, all the things. You can also use our highlight colors for an eye primer. And before that, I was using NYX primer. This particular one is white. I like my primers to have a little bit of color to them because I have red eyelids with a little bit of veiny, like blood vessel-y look, and it just helps even out my skin tone before I apply my eyeshadow. Don't skip that part because it really makes a huge difference in letting that eyeshadow pop and not crease. I have oily eyelids sometimes and I don't get the creasing. I don't get any of that. The only time you will, don't use too much. Put it on evenly, like just a really thin layer, and you should not have any problems. Then the other thing I'm going to do before I put on my makeup is I'm going to apply Urban Decay. This is All Nighter. They have another one called De-Slick. It is for oily skin, or if you like a matte look with your makeup. I actually prefer a dewy look, but my skin has been very, very oily in my T-zone, and by using this underneath my makeup and sometimes even over my makeup, it solved that issue with the oiliness. I will apply it with my slightly damp Perfector sponge. I'm going to be using that. Now, I'm just going to speed up so you don't have to sit there and watch me slowly do my makeup, and I don't want to make this too long for you. But again, if you like what you see, I would love it if you would comment. And everything that I'm going to use will be listed in the description, where you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, all the places, and my color match link, my newsletter link, all of that stuff will be there for you. So, all right, let's get busy. Okay, I'm going to start out by applying my primer. I want to make sure that I have just a really thin layer of it on. I like applying it with a smudge brush. And then I'm going to come in with going from my darkest to my lightest. I'm going to go with Philly on the outer corners, like an outer arrow pointing outward. I have hooded eyes, so I make a crease with that darker color up above. Now I'm coming in with Cupcake. Cupcake is one of our lightest matte colors. Both of these colors are mattes. So I'm basically doing this in reverse. I'm going to apply just a little bit more Philly, just a blend. Just take the fluffy end of that eyeshadow brush and get it all blended together here. Next, I'm going to come in with the color Foxy, which is just a little bit of a shimmer. I'm going to use my finger, and I'm only going to use my finger because sometimes it's nice to just press it on. I'm just kind of muting down that Foxy color. I'm going to come in with that fluffy end of the brush and blend it all in. This is a different brush. This is not a Saint brush. It's a Sigma brush E30. It's called the pencil brush, and I like it just for real specific placement. I like to use it for my eyeliner, or if I just really want to get color in a real specific spot lightly. Next, I'm going to use the smaller end of the multitasker brush and take that same color, Philly, and use it as a liner. And I just switched to that so I could get it just a really super fine line pushed down into my eyelashes. Next, I'm going to mix Oak and Trust. I've lost a lot of my tan, so I'm having to go a little bit lighter on my eyebrows. So I just basically mix the two. I use eyeshadow. My eyebrows are microbladed, so it's just easier for me to fill them in with eyeshadow instead of using a pencil. I really like this line brush because of that spoolie on the end. The line brush has just such a tiny, skinny end. It's so nice. You can almost make like brush strokes. And then that spoolie I use just to even it out just a little bit. Here I soften the front in the middle area a little bit more. Okay, and I'm going to color correct. Here's where the magic starts. So I'm using the blend brush. I love it for color correcting. I use the small end. And I have to be really, really careful because I have lost my tan. I have to stay right in that pink red areas. I have to put color corrector on my nose even though it isn't red. I have to put it on there because I have such big pores and it'll look textured if I don't. I have a little bit of discoloration underneath my eyes there, so you can see it's just getting my face all ready, and it's canceling out those pink red areas. I have to color correct because my face is just not all one color. A little bit here in the center of my forehead. I have a little bit of scarring on my chin, so it's better for me to put a little bit of a darker color there so I don't show texture. Next, I'm going to use the blush bronzer brush. I can kind of smear a little bit more underneath where I color corrected, but I really dab or stipple my main color over my color corrector because I don't want to move the color corrector. So I'm just stippling it down in, pushing it in, making sure it's even. I keep sitting back and checking, making sure that. And I just realized I forgot to put on my setting spray. Oh, well, anyway, I'm just making sure that I have it all covered and all blended really well. Now look at my face. It's all evened out, but it's pretty flat. I love bronzing. You don't have to bronze, but I put on the high points of my forehead, high points of my cheek, and I warm up my neck just a little bit. I just can't let go of the bronzer yet. So I'm using the blend brush to do that. You could also use the blush bronzer brush to do this. Actually, you could use just several different brushes. So I'm going to come in now with contour. This is detail brush. It's flat and I love it because I can feel it just going right underneath my cheekbones. I feel where I just push it up. I start at the top of my ear and I stop at about the outer corner of my eye, putting a little bit on my forehead, on my chin, under my chin, and then right there where I have a little bit of sagging, I bring the darker color up just a tiny, tiny bit, just to create a shadow. And make sure you blend it down, blend it all in. I use the brush to slim out my nose. I put a little bit on the end and a little bit underneath my cheek, or underneath my lip. I'm sorry. Now I make sure it's blended up just a little bit. And next I'm going to come in with I'm going to use two different brushes. This is the 3D brush. Love it. Picks up a little bit more product. I use Sandstone. This one doesn't pick up quite as much. And it's just a preference thing. Using the color Sandstone, it's a satin. Love it. One of my faves. Next, I'm going to come in and brighten. I'm going to use the other end of that detail brush. I'm applying a little bit to the inner corner of my eye. Clean up your eyeshadow. Go from the corner of your eye up to the end of your eyebrow. And then I just blend it all together. I start at that inner corner, go down the side of my nose, clean up that eyeshadow, and then I just blend the two. And this is a good way to clean up your blush if you got a little bit too high. Down the center of the nose, a little above the eyebrows, above the lip, and on the chin. If you have any areas of concern of texture there, just don't use the brightener there because it could bring out texture. Cleaning up my contour line there. This is just slightly damp Perfector sponge. The Perfector sponge is, I wet it, squeeze it out, squeeze it in a towel, and now I'm pushing in my makeup and I'm taking off any excess. You'll know you have it too wet if you take off your makeup. That is not what you want to have happen. This is number 4 Perfume, or you can just get Rose Gold Illuminator. It is cream. I love it. It smells amazing, and I love number 2 also. I just put it at the top of my blush, on my Cupid's bow, maybe the end of my nose, my chin, and I even put some on my neck. This is Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. I'm using it because I have a little bit of oiliness on my face, and this just really helps. Or I use our Vanilla Dust, either one. I use the powder brush when I do this. I don't like using a brush that I use my creams and my powders together. Since I forgot some of that setting spray, I'm spraying it on after. I'm going to use Maybelline Color Stay. I'll put in the description the colors. I'm filling it in and lining it with another color. And then I decided, oh, what the heck. I think I'll top it with the same color I used on my eye, which is Foxy, just to add a little bit of shimmer to it and to illuminate that center part of the lips. It's just a really super nice finishing touch. Well, thanks for being here. I really wasn't even planning on using these, but I thought, why not put some eyeshadow in the middle? I like it. I like sometimes a little bit more of a bold lip color. If I wasn't going to use that, honestly, I was going to use the same color on my cheeks and top it with Desert Sunset and then put a little bit of our cream illuminator in the middle, but I decided to do something different today. So, all right. Thank you so much for being here. Catch you later.